Welcome to another video on smart architectural programming. My name is Mohammed and coding alongside me is
George, and today we'll be going over appending dictionaries in Python. I'll let you take over, Mohammed.
so basically appending dictionaries in Python is a very common operation, especially when you're working with data where each dictionary represents a record or an entity. And this becomes a very common case if you're dealing with large chunks of data or dealing with projects with different organizations. So in that case, sometimes you need to understand how to append dictionaries, and a lot of people might, even at an advanced level, might be unfamiliar on the exact process of doing so. And as usual with all of our videos, we're going to explain this process, not just simply give you the answer, but we're going to go over three different methods on how you can append a dictionary in Python. So if you look at our screen, we're going to start with the first method, which is appending dictionaries to a list. Now, this method is going to go over this method, going to append the dictionary one by one. So any append action that you might want to take, you would have to do it one by one using this method. In particular, we're using the extend method to append multiple dictionaries to a. In this case, we're going to use the append method to append dictionaries and save elements one by one. Each dictionary represents information about a person containing the keys, name, and age. So in this case, on line 2, as I said, we created an empty list, and on line 5 and 6, we're doing the append operation one by one of two different entries with name and age, and then we print it on line 8. The append method is probably the most simplest way you can do an append action. Rather, all ways in appending a dictionary are simple. It's just their different use cases are essential to understand when deploying these methods. And in the case of append method, the thing that you need to remember is that any append action would be conducted one at a time. So when we run this code, the dictionary has been appended and we have both elements within the list of dictionaries. With that out of the way, we'll move on to the next method, which is appending multiple dictionaries at the same time. So in this case, we're going to use the extend method, uh, going to give us the ability to append multiple dictionaries in a single operation. Um, so if you look at our code base here on the second code that I've opened up on the screen right now, you'll see everything is the same. But instead of unlike the previous method, we're using just one action to append all the dictionaries at the same time. This is important. This is an important key difference to understand between the extend method and the append method that we discussed earlier. So again, going over the code, on line 2, we create an empty dictionary. On line 5, we use the .extend method to add as many dictionaries as possible. And on line 7, we print the new appended dictionary list. So when we run this code, we get the same answer where both of them have been added to the list of dictionaries. So now that we have gone over two methods on appending dictionaries, and essentially what you need to take out of this, out of these two methods, is A, there are two methods in Python that you can use to append dictionaries: .append and .extend. And to B, you need to remember the key differences between these two methods. .append appends one dictionary at a time, and .extend appends multiple dictionaries in a single operation. So with that out of the way, we're going to move on to our last example, which is where we're going to append a dictionary using list comprehension. So in case of list comprehension, we have an extensive video detailing what list comprehension is and how you can use that. So check that video out. We'll post the link in our description. But that is a very essential video if you want to become a programmer in Python. List comprehensions, dictionary comprehensions, these are very essential and crucial topics if you want to become a Python programmer, a professional Python programmer. With that out of the way, in the third example, we're going to use list comprehension to create a list of dictionaries, and then we add it to the list, my list, using the plus equals to operator, which is essentially performs list concatenation for us in Python. We take a look at that code base. We'll see on line 2, we create an empty list. On line 5, we're appending to that empty list using the plus equals to convention, and we're appending a list of 2 dictionaries to it. So we can add as many dictionaries as possible here. So with this method, this is probably the most awkward method in appending a dictionary, but just going over this method, we have exposed people who are just entering into the world of Python different syntax or different mechanisms that they can use when they're programming, particularly the concatenation method, the shortcut or syntactic sugar of plus equals to. If we run this code, we get the same answer as the previous 2 codes. With that, we wrap up this video. If you have any questions, let us know in the comments, because we look at your comments to decide what next to create content on. And if this video provided any educational value, click the thumbs up button and subscribe for more updates. Before we sign off, George, would you like to add anything at the end?
Nope, I think you covered it all. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.